Hey, yo, this is Artist. Got a really special conversation, a conversation that needs to be had. I got my friend Briley Richmond here with me. Briley is a 50-year practicing attorney here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, former naval officer, former mayor of Ocean Springs, former Tulane economics professor. Did I leave anything else? I probably
That's pretty good.
Credentials everywhere, man. MIT, everywhere.
That's pretty good.
This is the man. This is my dude. All right. We want to talk to you about something that's about the Nolan Wells case. A lot of things don't make sense, aren't adding up, and people who are from South Mississippi, or Mississippi period, is the South period, common sense, there's patterns, and just want to let Bradley talk to you about it. What's going on, Bradley?
Well, this came on the heels of the shooting in Senatobia, where they shot the 1-year-old child, and the Mississippi racism is screaming this summer. Mm-hmm. And then we fall into Nolan Wells, and I'm on the coast, and I'm an experienced boater. Horn Island is, when I was a child, I did Horn Island frequently. And when I first heard of the death, a little alarm goes up. Then I see the pictures. Have a boatload of white kids, one black kid, and everyone's drinking alcohol. No one is of legal age. So we have a boatload of white kids drinking alcohol, no one of legal age, and we have a dead black kid. Right away, alarms are going off. And then it seemed like a cover-up begins. And to me, the cover-up began with the call into CETO. Because right now, they call into CETO, and the lady asked, do you want the Coast Guard? And he says, no, we don't want the Coast Guard. At that moment was probably Nolan's last chance to live. Because had the Coast Guard come up on the scene, or even CETO come up on the scene, and seen this drunken debacle of underage teenagers on this boat, they would have shut the whole thing down. And when that did not happen, Nolan's death was a consequence. And I think then the cover-up began.
Yeah. Whenever the news was released that this brother was missing, I knew they wasn't going to find him alive. I knew that when I first heard the news on WLOX. They're not going to find this brother alive. A lot of folks were trying to say that it's going to be an accidental drowning, and then...
Okay, I'm right. The term accidental drowning is a propaganda item.
Mm-hmm. Okay?
This was a drowning of some child who has been plowed full of alcohol. I don't call that an accident.
Correct.
That's an involuntary manslaughter.
Mm.
Okay? So this idea, it's an accidental drowning. You pour an alcohol into an 18-year-old kid. Our laws, our society has determined he's too young. He's not old enough physically, mentally, emotionally to handle alcohol. That's why we have these laws. When they gave this child this alcohol, they set in motion his death. However it came, it could be a drowning. He could have been assaulted on the beach. I'm aware it was pretty much MAGA world out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he could have been assaulted on the beach. There could be a lot of causes, but the fact that alcohol was involved, to me, it's a full stop. You know, the captain wasn't old enough to captain the boat, drinking alcohol and operating the boat. He has no business operating that boat, drinking alcohol. No one on that boat has any business drinking alcohol. And when they shut down the Coast Guard and the CETO, that was Nolan's last opportunity to live.
Oh, the CETO call came out after Judge Ashley Cole released her statement. To me, that seemed illegal, against the law, like she was trying to get out ahead of the curve and control the narrative and deflect attention away from what really happened. That wasn't against the law, what she did?
Using terms like against the law or too confrontational, too much, were they inappropriate from a societal standpoint? Probably.
Well, I read somewhere that she was supposed to use her influence as a judge to do.
You are correct.
Like
Did she see? I don't recall that. Did she identify herself as a judge and use her judicial office? That's the key. If she identified herself as a judge, I'm Judge Ashley Cole, and I'm saying this. That's a different matter. So it's not as clear a call there. So
well, the news introduced her as Judge Ashley Cole.
There's so much in this that I've seen. Some of it. At the time you see it, you do not realize the relevance until later. I would have to go back and review it to analyze that. Mm-hmm. My analysis comes from when I saw the picture. And what gets me is they keep showing the picture. They're raising money. They have a fundraiser showing the picture with all the kids holding alcohol.
With all the kids holding alcohol.
Come on, people. Come on. Can we have some decency here?
Which says to me that this story, they're going to try to cover it up. You know, if Ben Crump and Al Sharpton hadn't stepped in, they would have successfully covered this up because the citizens on South Mississippi wouldn't have been able to do nothing about it.
You are correct. The white privilege exhibited through this thing, that the white people thought it's all going to go away in a hurry, and suddenly it's not going away. And now we're confronted with the fact that the whole world is watching.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, they can't walk away. No one, I'm the sole singer of the alcohol right now. Everybody's, oh, it's an accidental drowning, he's drunk. No. It's not an accidental drowning. It's a drowning that occurred as a result of giving alcohol to an underage child. That's not an accidental drowning. Yeah. The white privilege on this thing is screaming. And I think the white privilege thought that we were going to shove it under the rug and everybody be gone. And it has not happened. And I believe right now, not a lot of people are understanding my plea about the alcohol. I think as the good investigation goes on, they'll start to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.